Level 95, Mamook Speaks. Before she hears the people, Wuklamot would like to ensure she is prepared. Alright, Rain. Before we start, let's make sure we're remembering our history correctly. Mamoja and Shibra fought for centuries over the land in the upper forest, but due to infighting, Mamoja forces struggled to make significant gains. In order to promote cooperation, the Hubigo and Bunawa clans intermarried, and that's how Blessed Siblings were first conceived. With that in mind, let's talk to the people and learn why they rely on Blessed Siblings. Blessed Siblings promise us more than strength. They promise us the sun. This forest is dark and inhospitable. When given the opportunity to live in Tuliolal, most of our people didn't think twice. Still, the prospect of being among so many outsiders was intimidating enough to keep many of us here. Blessed Siblings are meant to deliver us from this accursed forest, to lead us to the fertile land above, where we might make a place for Mamoja to abide in peace and plenty. So you desire fertile land, one that's all your own. Those who have known only open skies and bountiful land cannot comprehend our plight. To thrive, we must take what we lack by force, and for that, we need the might of Blessed Siblings. There have to be other ways to thrive, ways that don't require fighting. As you'll have noticed, this forest is very dark. Hardly any sunlight makes it through the canopy, so it feels like it's always night. We plow, we fertilize, we irrigate, yet our crops shrivel and die as though cursed. The only one that grows well is Najo, Jatika banana and Turali. Try living on that and little else for a few centuries, and see how you like it. A forest where nothing grows. It's not hard to imagine why you'd want to leave. This land was once rich with ore, but the Yakui did not stop digging until all the veins were spent. The meteorites are only good for so much. Even if we made overtures to traders, we have little to offer. Nothing would make me happier than to make a good life for my family in the place where I was born, but that's impossible. So with resources as sparse as they are, you don't have good prospects for trade. Now we come to the heart of it. Everyone looks uneasy, but their faith in Bakojaja guides them even now. Waklumat risks her standing in the right to attend to her people's needs. It is a degree of selflessness few can claim to share. I do think that Wuklamot is exceptionally selfless. Not even I imagined that my sister would one day befriend Bakojaja. Well, I think I'm starting to understand. Everyone had their own perspective, but all their concerns were about the forest itself. Dark, infertile, cursed. Hearing that, it's little wonder that people here wish they had better land. And who better to get it for them than Blessed Siblings? It's hard to convince people to stay in a place that can't provide what they need. You'd think the meteorites at least would have value, but apparently not. Hold on. Didn't Darrenville mention something about the meteorites? That the ether they emit makes the plants glow blue? A rather significant physiological effect, I would say. If they were to study these meteorites, we might discover other ways they influence local flora. I noticed a curious amalgam of tree and meteorite just south of here. Determining precisely how they interact with one another may yield crucial insights. Everyone, I really appreciate you for sharing your thoughts with us. Thanks to your insights, we have a promising idea already. We just need a moment to investigate it further, so please bear with us. We'll be right back. Plants that shrivel as though cursed. I think I can hazard a guess as to why. What a remarkable tree. I hope it will provide us with the insights we need. I had known that Yaktel was battered by a veritable deluge of meteorites long ago, but I never considered how their presence might be affecting the environment. At first glance, this forest seems a haven of mysterious beauty, but the reality of living here is quite another matter. It really is incredible how a tree could support such an enormous boulder. The meteorite's etheric emissions are palpable, even from this distance. Seeing this again makes me feel more confident in sharing a theory of mine. I suspect that only plants with an etheric affinity to these meteorites can thrive in this forest. If so, the gargantuan trees that create the dense canopy would by necessity possess the same affinity, as well as the aforementioned nodule tree. Indeed, I should like to analyze samples of meteorite before drawing any definitive conclusions, however. I carry with me a few devices that will aid in this endeavor, but perhaps you and Cryle could lend your expertise as well. I'd like to join you. The etheric signature of those meteorites may be crucial in determining what manner of species might fare well here. Ah, I think I see what you're getting at. If we can prove to them the cursed forest isn't quite so cursed, maybe the people won't feel like blessed siblings are their only solution. So how can I help you? Want me to climb the tree and break off a piece of meteorite for you? There are plenty of fragments on the ground already. It should be enough for our purposes if we gather about 5 pieces each. Even better if those fragments are gathered from disparate locations. I will collect your pieces once you have them. So the reason this tree grew so big is because of the meteorite's energies? The more fragments we gather, the better. Let's all do what we can. Thought Cryo would say something more insightful, but it is what it is. I should have brought better tools. Too big for our purposes, but a shard of it might do. Aaronville, if you would. Did you find your fragments? A softly glowing remnant of an ancient meteor shower. Much obliged. Alphino, Cryle, and I will combine the gathered samples and conduct an analysis forthwith. Determining the wavelength may take a little while, but I am hopeful that our efforts will bear fruit. I'll tell my sister to await our arrival at the Tural Zuj, so go and meet her there. We will return with our results as soon as possible. Yeah. Many are reluctant to trust the third promise, but all agreed to wait for her return. That alone gives me cause to hope. We've done all we can. The rest we must leave to Kona and the others. I don't know the first thing about those Charlian devices of his, but if they can be of help to Mamook, I'm glad he has them. There's hope for this forest yet, Rain. I can feel it. Wuklamat is determined to find a solution for Mamook. The feet of the Brotherhood. I'm sure his real jaw would have choice words for us if he knew what we were up to. But his people are my people, and I can't ignore their plight. If I'm to call myself Dawn Servant one day, I have to bring an end to the tragedy here. Many are depending on me, Bakojaja not least of all. Anyway, I'm sure Kona and the others will be back with their report soon. Good, everyone is assembled. In light of our news, I thought it only right to call the others. Thanks to the efforts of all, I'm pleased to say our analysis has yielded many valuable insights, and I dare say the prognosis is hopeful. Earlier, we asked about the hopes you place in blessed siblings, why they are important to you. Your overwhelming response was a frustration towards this forest. From a lack of natural resources to the inability to cultivate crops, in all respects have you ever struggled to build a prosperous home, thus your understandable desire for new land. However, this would be an unfortunate dismissal of what makes your forest uniquely valuable. That is, the soil. Our tests have proven, without a doubt, that the Jatika heartland is abundantly fertile. This may be surprising to hear, as you have seen crops fail time and time again, but we have discovered the root of this problem as well. The meteorites scattered throughout your forest emit an unusual energy that greatly influences the development of surrounding plant life. Some plants thrive on this energy, like the nodule and the giant trees that create the canopy, but others, as you well know, are sickened by it. Fortunately, the solution is simple. Across the salt in a place called Charlian, there is a peerless collection of flora sampled from every corner of the world. Now that we know what energies are most prevalent in your forest, we can offer you seeds and starters guaranteed to thrive here. I took the liberty of contacting a few colleagues via Link Pearl. Should you desire them, a sample of our best candidates can be shipped here in short order. Just as Eorzea acquired the potato and tomato from Tural, so too might Mamook benefit from foreign crops. You mean, we'd be able to grow more than nodule here? Precisely. While care must be taken to choose those species that will not have an adverse effect on the ecosystem, your agricultural options should increase markedly. With the right crops, Mamook will have all it needs to prosper, both at home and in trade. Blessed siblings don't have to be the answer anymore. Then, there was never any need to fight? Never any need to sacrifice? So this doesn't solve their problem about it being perpetually dark, but maybe they'll get to that. We can't change the past, but we can try to make the future better. Let the old teachings end with us. Or maybe the darkness was just a problem because of growing food, I don't know. I thought maybe they'd like to see sunshine once in a while. I know blessed siblings represent absolute strength to you. Letting go of that idea can't be easy. But I'll prove that when we work together, our combined strength can achieve anything. Show us, promise. If there's another way, for our children and our home, we'll no longer suffer in silence. Sometimes we have to fight alone, but not this time. Would you say a few words, Rain? Anything is possible when you work together. Our victory over Valigarmanda is proof of that. With faithful allies at your side, you can save even the entire star. In friends both old and new, you can find the light to banish the darkness. And save even the entire star. Saving the star is far beyond the scope of our needs, but I acknowledge the value of allies. We've said what we wanted to say. Now all that's left is to defeat my father's shade in the feet of the Brotherhood, and clear the way for Mamook's bright new future. Do not give us cause to question our faith in you. Please, live up to your words. I will. After we complete his feat, let's be sure to tell Zarioja the good news about his forest. I'm sure he's as eager as anyone to eat what tasty foods they'll grow here. I have a feeling he's not going to be happy about all this. Tasty food or not. Compassion even for the likes of him. You continue to eclipse me in every way. And it is a simple choice. Is this when he's going to align with her? We're counting on you, Wuklamat. Wuklamat's gone ahead to announce her readiness. I never imagined the samples we so feverishly collected for the Exodus would find new purpose here. But if they help these people improve their prospects, all the better. Anyway, we should go and meet our comrades where Zarioja made his own attempt. The final feat awaits. Feat, let's go! I think we can get up this branch, right? The final feat. Supposedly. I can offer moral support at best, for whatever it's worth. Good luck. Where did Kona go? Have you seen him? This feat may bring us closer to the Golden City, but for now we must stand strong for the people of Mamook. Someone has gone to fetch Zarioja. He should be here soon. On proceeding, several cutscenes will play.
Zarioja, I'm ready for the final feat.
Grown weary of postponing the inevitable, have you?
Something like that. You see, I've learned all sorts of things about Mamook and your people.
Is that supposed to impress me?
I now understand why I need to surpass blessed siblings. The cost of producing superior offspring is destroying your people's souls. Look at them, and you'll see this. So I'll defeat my father's shade, and prove to you that there's a better path for Mamook.
What drivel! Without the blessed, we are nothing but weaklings! Doomed to fade into obscurity.
You're already there.
Of course you're weak. We all are, each and every one of us. But when we join hands, we gain the strength to overcome any foe, even Vali Yarmanda.
Enough talk. Prove your mettle against Gulul Jaja, the finest warrior ever to have graced Tural.
Fine by me. Not even Papa's shade will stop me from upholding his legacy.
I will fight alongside her.
There it is.
Claimants are not permitted to assist one another. Second promise. But you may observe your sister's pitiable attempt.
He will yield his claim and become part of her retinue.
I see. In that case...
Nice.
It seems I'm no longer a claimant. I am now free to participate, I trust. What are you scheming? Nothing. I've simply come to realize who is worthy of following in Father's footsteps. Not our brother. Not Bakul Jaja. And not me. You have always held the happiness of our people closest to your heart, Lamachi. So I will do everything in my power to ensure you ascend to the throne.
Let's go.
This is how I shall repay Father for his kindness. This is how I shall serve Tuli Yolal.
I could always count on you, Kona. Thank you.
Very touching.
It will make no difference. Numbers matter not in the face of true might. Gulul Jaja, mightiest of the blessed, arise!
Everyone ready?
Yep. Nice of you to do a ready check before pulling the boss.
No hard
Aaronville
feelings,
goes to
Papa.
fetch popcorn.
Got a lot of hopes riding on my shoulders. And the only way forward is through you.
Bear witness to our resolve.
And the reason which guides our journey.
So long as we stand together, we're unstoppable.
These lay sundered Baligarmanda scales.
Blink chore. Ever hungry for battle. Go forth. Oh, very bastard. How is this?
Okay, some chains.
Some manner of paralyzing effect. Defend the afflicted.
We must free them! Target the constricting flames!
None can outrun my flames.
Not enough. But together, we shall triumph.
Glare, 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 glare.
You're not alone.
Surely this will quench your thirst for battle.
All the reason and all.
Uh-oh.
By crimson wrath is sunburned.
Everyone, get behind me! I've got a bad feeling about this.
Will you have the strength to stand after this?
I will be the next Dawn servant! I will protect my people! Is that the best you can do?
Oh shit, I forgot that presence of mind.
I'm not finished yet. We will see Lamachi become Dawn servant. For Tuliyola!
Shouldn't have used it before it was targetable, is the end of that thought. I think my brain is starting to turn to mush.
That's my old man for you.
Big match.
I refuse to accept this.
Ain't that a bit stubborn? Even for you.
Is that the adventure guy?
Erugadin? It couldn't be...
Came here 80 years ago?
Tanqua! It's been too
Tanqua.
long.
It has indeed. You're looking more imposing since last I saw you, Wuklamat.
Tanqua?
My Turali moniker. Galul Jaja insisted I take one, saying my birth name was too cumbersome for the local tongues.
That birth name being Ketenram, I presume.
No! Ketenram's that legendary Eorzean sailor. The one
Wuklamat
with the
figured it
pickled
out.
cabbage.
We can talk about me cabbage later.
Me cabbage.
Zarelja, whether you like it or no, these young'uns accomplished the feat. To deny Wuklamat her reward would be to betray the Dawn Servant's trust.
And what should she be rewarded for? Calling upon her minions to carry her to victory!
We're not minions, we're Wuklamat's friends and comrades. You're the Autarch of Mamook. Show some dignity. I like the show some dignity. He needs to be humbled.
I don't have dignity.
Ooh.
Not anymore. I wagered everything on this feat. And by the same token, I understand the enormity of your accomplishment.
Together, we can achieve anything. You needn't place your faith in the promise of blessed siblings.
How would you have us reclaim our glory?
With friendship and community. With us.
If you mean to rule, you should be more sparing with your offers of clemency. Especially to a man who has sacrificed countless young lives. Nevertheless, I will fulfill my charge as Elector. In recognition of your feat, I bestow upon you a keystone.
Let's go.
Congratulations are nearly in order, I suppose. I'm confident that you will find the Golden City in no time. You've grown much, and more during this journey. Become someone ready to lead our nation. Little Lamachi no longer, as your brother, I couldn't be more proud.
Kona. Thank you.
How sweet.
I must express my gratitude for your cooperation. And my regret for failing to live up to expectations.
Nonsense. If you believe Wuklamat is the woman for the job, then you have our wholehearted support.
One last thing. I wish to speak to you both from the heart. Unpracticed as I am, this may sound hackneyed, but I am truly grateful to have met you.
Words spoken with such feeling would resonate with any fortunate enough to hear them. Though our journey together hath ended, ever shall we cherish the memories.
Aye. And should you require further esoteric musings or biting witticisms, don't hesitate to call. I dare say we'll come flocking. But I get ahead of myself. As I recall, our contract remains in effect until we've escorted the second promise back to the capital.
I leave my sister in your capable hands. See that she returns home safely.
You've still miles to go yet, Wuklamat. The ride ain't over till you find the City of Gold.
True, we've still got a little bit more work ahead of us on this one, but big progress.
I know. But if I can come this far, I can go all the way.
Exactly. Nothing can stop us now. Let's go and tell the people of our victory. Hell yeah. Third promise. You brought everyone? We were just coming to you. We did it, Milaja. We proved to the Autarch that not even my father's full power could overcome the strength of our fellowship. I knew you would. I was right to trust you. You fulfilled your promise. Now, it's our turn. You've shown us another way, that we can build the lives we've always wanted. Here, in our homeland, without sacrifice. Since our new crops will come from across the salt, I suppose we will have to treat with outsiders. As equals, of course. Inside or outside, we're all just people, no matter what we look like or where we're born. When you're not used to all the color and variety, differences can feel like obstacles. But by learning about what makes us different, we can also find common ground in places we never expected. Something new may become something you love, and someone you once hated might one day become your friend. You'll never know unless you keep an open mind, and while it may feel scary, taking that first step towards understanding is always worth it. What a good character Wuklamat is. Of course, learning about outsiders may well help Mamook grow. But what happens when they learn about us? About what we've done? They will not. For generations our covenant has been kept secret, and so shall it remain. The atrocities committed here were facilitated by the autarchs. We and no one else are responsible. For my deeds I am prepared to forfeit my life, but I will not suffer others to be damned alongside me. No one's being damned, and your life isn't forfeit. The last thing this city needs is more death. Bako Jaja hasn't fought this hard for this long, only to lose his father. If you truly feel responsible, be the first person to extend understanding to others on behalf of Mamook. Your community is waiting for you, here and in Tuliolal. We can still make things right, my love. Choose a different side of history. Thank you, Third Promise. Thank you for everything. You still owe me an explanation about that cabbage, you know. The people of Mamook have accepted you. Merchants and menders are now available for use. Road to the Golden City. Ketan Ram, living legend and Eorzine explorer extraordinaire, would like to chat. He was ketamine all along. Hello, Gwen. This ain't no place for a proper chat. Me cabin's just north of the city. Blue Eyes Abode, as people here call it on account of me dazzlin' twinklers. I'm also enjoying it a lot so far. I feel really invested in the story at this point. And if I didn't have stuff to do with Nani tomorrow, I would probably keep going for several hours more, even though I can already start to feel strain on my voice. And that's me saying that at the 10-hour mark, which is... yeah, same. I think I'm also enjoying it more than Endwalker. But I'll wait until I finish and then arrive at the final conclusion, but I'm really liking it a lot so far. Why did you choose to settle down in Mamook? They haven't exactly been welcoming to outsiders, legendary explorer or otherwise. All the more reason to keep a weather eye on them. Though seeing how you've won them over, methinks I'll have less need for vigilance. I'm here at Galul Jaja's behest to ensure his hard-won peace is kept, and incidentally, to remind Zariel Ja of his duty as Elector should he have forgotten it. My old man ordered you to stay here? That's no way to treat an honored guest. Heh. I'd say I'm more than your father's guest by now. Or didn't you see the sepulchre atop Warkor Zormar? That's right, Ketan Ram was one of the names. Your father and I fought shoulder to shoulder in many a battle, Valigarmanda being but one of our triumphs. He and I are brothers. So when your brother tells you to stand watch, you stand watch. You trust in his judgment and his strength of will, even if that means you have to sit out the occasional scrap. Surely you understand such a bond, surrounded as ye are by all these bright and eager faces. I do. My comrades are my strength, and it's thanks to them that I understand Papa's hopes for this nation, what I must continue to protect. Then prove your readiness for the throne, Wuklamat. Find the Golden City. Oh, I will. With these ones beside me, even uncovering a legend should be child's play. Especially since I believe I already have. All by yourself? How? When? Kryl way ahead of the game. Well, as you know, electors are forbidden from giving unfair advantage to claimants. So when Hanmuruk refused to divulge why my grandfather passed through Ikabrash 20 years ago, his silence spoke volumes. You think Galuf's visit had something to do with the Golden City? Precisely. Moreover, only the Yakhoi who lived in Yaktel ever dreamt those golden dreams. When exposed to certain triggers, those with magical aptitude have been known to receive visions. And if Gerfurler's abilities are at all representative, the Yakhoi are no stranger to the arcane. Which means the Dreamers of Eld likely owe their experiences to their inherent qualities and their proximity to the city itself, here in these forests. Then all we need to do is search Yaktel from top to bottom, right? It would behoove us to try and narrow our focus. To that end, I propose we return to Mamook and make inquiries. While there, we can all take the opportunity to see any necessary travel preparations. When everyone is ready, let us assemble at the Aetherite. You're Kakiua's boy, ain't he? She told me about you. Said she tasked you with finding the Golden City. Aye, I might even succeed despite my best efforts. I had begun to think it was a fool's errand. My own fruitless search in my youth proved as much. Yet here you are, older and wiser, playing the fool again. Courtesy of the company I've been keeping, perhaps, Wuklamat's not the only one to have grown thanks to her comrades. We'll find it. Together. Was I ever that young? Relatable. That's good. When I'm excited for when we will be able to do some more gaming together. You waited for me? It seems Ketan Ram knows my mentor, so we chatted for a bit longer. Alphino said to meet by the Aetherite, so I'll see you there. The merchants were more than happy to mend my gear and sell me supplies. One would hardly believe that they were ever averse to aiding visitors. I keep getting tongue-twisted tonight. You won't believe how many Najul they gave me. Now all we need is a hint to point us in the right direction. City of Gold, here we come. I think I can offer that much. I have an inkling of where the Golden City might be. Milao Ja, and Zaril Ja, you've come to help us. As an elector, I am forbidden from speaking of the Golden City, but my wife is beholden to no such constraints. Then anything you can tell us would be greatly appreciated. Our people have lived here for centuries. There is no corner of this forest we do not intimately know, save for one. Do you recall the place I showed you, where my son confessed to the truth of blessed siblings? That stone pier stands at the entrance of the Skydeep cenote, the final resting place for children we lost to our zealotry. Precious few are permitted beyond the cenotaph doors, and we have not explored its deepest recesses. If the Golden City is in Yakdel, it may well be hidden there. Will you permit us to search for it? I have no reason to refuse you. No longer will we rely on blessed siblings, nor will we conceal the sacrifices made to conceive them. The cenote is no longer under our protection. It is a dismal burial ground, and our children deserve better. Their bodies will be moved to a place of comfort and peace. I'm sure Bako Jaja would appreciate that, and we're here to offer any help if you need it. Your father also visited the cenote, come to think of it. It was many years ago by now, but a notable affair due to the foreigner he brought with him. A mage, I believe. Truly? The Dawn servant did not disclose his reasons, but he descended past our cenotaph, and into the old Yakui quarries. Doubtless the very same ones excavated by Vorporler's dreamers. Then the Golden City must be there. In the depths of the sky-deep cenote. Thank you, both of you. We'll set out straight away. You will find a winged beast or two lingering in the Gokdarak descent. They will carry you below. I believe in you, Third Promise. You will make a magnificent Dawn servant. We did it. This is it, everyone. To the sky deep cenote. And I remember this walk very well. It is very far to the west. Okay. Imposing beast. This is the cenotaph, which means that beyond these doors is... Right of succession or no, disturbing the souls that rest here feels wrong. I know, but I can't turn back. Let's pay our respects at the very least. Let's go. I'm ready to complete my journey. Then go we shall. Having successfully collected all 7 keystones, Wuklamot now faces her final challenge as a claimant, finding the City of Gold. All clues point to Yaktel, whose only uncharted terrain lies in the sky-deep cenote. Long before the Mamoja converted it to a cenotaph for children lost to the dream of blessed siblings, the Yakoi quarried its depths and witnessed dreams of their own. Now you must tread this path of ancient awe and endless sorrow to discover for yourself what lies glimmering in the deep. Let's go. I confess I anticipated my duty as a guide with no little wariness. Duracell, isn't that a battery brand? Unsuccessful slide casting feels bad, man. I want to hold Blood Lily for boss, so I guess Gear 2 it is. Give it a moment. Okay, there's Searing Light. Okay, we're going to shoot the breaths. Surely no one will shoot me. Nice. I remain unshot. Summoner. Oh, it's the Viper. Viper, please. You can't stand in everything. My glares. They knock. I think now he makes us shoot bubbles. Wow, no healing pieces. Feels bad. My holy, why do you run away so much? Okay, he was putting them in the arrow bubble, I guess. That's a valid reason. Artillery guy. Firearms. forgot it was a traveling AoE, I'm dumb. Just cross. Not the radiating. Hiya. It's time to double mirror. Over there, and close that one up. Don't die, please. Still no healing. Hiya. Healing. Maul Skull. Oh, what the fuck? Double what the fuck? Well. Now they returned. I'm just gonna jump. Now we are gaming. No. I thought there would be a stack. I think I'm just getting too tired. Now there's a stack. Okay, okay. Could this be City of Gold? Medica Mastery. Now I've got Medica 3. That light, then that must be... We must be very deep underground by now. I've never seen a place like this before. Looks really cool.
This place was of Yokwi origin. But is this glowing stone their creation as well?
I don't believe so. I've never seen anything like it.
Then it's from an even older time.
Don't tell me it's the Allagans again.
While careful study would be required to confirm, it does not appear to be reminiscent of their designs.
A golden light. Could it be?
There's something on the other side, but how did we get over there?
Good job, Uklamat.
That's how, apparently.
Right then. Let's go and take a look.
That seal. That's Charlian and no mistake.
How do we open it?
Come and look at this. Your tablets might be a good fit, wouldn't you say?
final.
I love the aesthetics. Looks kind of elegant to me though, but... especially that door.
The Golden City?
Though there is some resemblance, it doesn't quite live up to what the Yokwi described from their dreams.
Well done! Well done indeed.
Well, well, well.
You, my dear daughter, have found the entrance to the City of Gold and triumphed in the right of secession.
But...
So we did it. We made it to the end!
Wuklamat, you're making level 100 declarations at level 95. You need to slow your roll just a little bit. We did some of it.
More perplexed than joyous.
It's just... this place is unlike anything we've seen in Tural. Never mind the peculiar stone. So I am given to wonder, what exactly lies beyond that gate?
Nothing less than the Golden City of Legend, I assure you. The circumstance prevents us from opening the gate. As to what the city is and what Gall of Maltesium discovered all those years ago, this knowledge and more, I will share with you after your ascension. What you choose to do with it will be up to you.
The Golden City is real.
Just like the One Piece.
It took a while, but I finally found it.
Come, let us return to Tural.
Home at last.
Well, we've done it. Like me, I expect you have no few questions about the Golden City, but they must wait until our claimant has settled into her new role. Even as we speak, she prepares for the Ascension ceremony back at the palace. I'm given to understand it will be held in a few days' time. In the meantime, let us all enjoy some well-deserved rest. Okay, trust unlocked. Several cutscenes in sequence. Okay, so this must be the Ascension. My hope was tonight we'll hit 96 on the MSQ. Let's push a little bit more, eh? Dawn of a new tomorrow. Pashekwa is beaming at you. Welcome back, and may I congratulate you on Wuklamat's victory in the right of succession. It is our great honor to host the comrades of our future Dawn Servant. Such a grand journey has doubtless left you fatigued. Please relax and enjoy your stay. Sometime later. Surprised to see me? I suppose it's only natural. May I come in? I haven't properly thanked you. That my sister was able to realize her potential is testament to the quality of her traveling companions, particularly you. For that, you have my heartfelt gratitude. I only did as you might have in my position, or Wuklamat did all the work. I was just moral support. I don't want to be too buttery. I only did as you might have in my position. My primary business and calling is to deliver a message from Lamati. As you well know, after the Ascension ceremony, she will officially take up the mantle of Dawn Servant. She has expressed a desire for you to accept a post within her administration, while making no mention of me. Don't worry, Kona, you won't be left out. You will be second in command for sure. You will even be above me. Pretty confident in that. You needn't decide immediately. My sister will broach the matter with you again after the ceremony. Maybe she even just wants to test if you will be contentious about the fact that she hasn't mentioned you. Whether you continue to assist Lamati or not is up to you. That is all, if you'll excuse me. You have become someone irreplaceable to her. As her brother, I acknowledge that with no little jealousy. But believe me when I say that I hope you will stay by her side. And thus it arrived. The day of the Dawn Servant Ascension ceremony.
What a crowd! As befits the changing of Dawn Servants.
It's starting.
Servant!
Look! He's here!
The head of reason is resting again. Thought he'd grace us for this occasion at least. people of Tuliolal, you honor us with your presence. For on this auspicious day, we witness the dusking of one era and the dawning of the next. The succession of Dawn's servants. But I've talked for long enough. Allow me to present the claimant, whose determination, wisdom, and compassion guided them to triumph in the City of Gold.
Clap, 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 clap.
My daughter, Wuklamat!
Hell yeah.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
Huzzah indeed.
Long live the Dawn Servant! Long live Tuliolal!
Growing up in this city, I used to think I knew all there was to know about Tuliolal. But my journey showed me how much I had yet to learn about the cultures, histories, and aspirations of this nation. Through the time-honored Ihana, the Hanuhanu taught me how they nourish and cultivate both the land and their bonds with visitors. And with their alpacas and tradecraft, the Pelupelu showed me the depths of their patience and fortitude, to know when to push through and when not to push your luck. From the Moblins and their artisans, I gained insight into the power of creativity, that it is when we are filled with passion and bolstered by the support of others that we produce our best works. And in Kozamauka, I was moved by the history and hopes of the Yokhui, who believe that death isn't the end, that we live on so long as we're remembered. I felt joy and harmony in Yaktel when I tasted Shebruk Bibil, the dish that marked the beginning of peace between the Shebral and Mamurja after centuries of warfare. And I felt sorrow in Mamook when I met with those who placed their faith in the promise of blessed siblings, and for this were burdened with great suffering. Through the understanding we forged, I'm hopeful that they will find what they seek through friendship and community, for we are all Turali.
Understanding with Mamook? What sorcery did she use on them?
All of which is to say that, as I've come to know our nation, I've seen the ways in which we thrive, and the ways in which we still struggle. Some in Kozamauka must resort to banditry to survive. A faction of Yokhui still cling to dreams of conquest. Not everyone lives in peace and plenty. And there's still so much of Tuliolal I don't know. Places I haven't seen, and people I haven't met. That's why I hope to keep learning about and from you, that we might build a nation where everyone knows happiness. Because if there's one thing my journey has taught me, it's that your happiness is my happiness!
Whoa.
say mine, but the Dawn Servant doesn't need to be a single person, does it?
Oh, she's gonna share power with,
Oh dear.
his name escapes me, but
Doing.
good move. IMO. If she's going to do what I think she's going to do.
My father led Tural to prosperity by the resolve and reason of his 2 heads. But my 1 head can only get us so far. To further change our nation for the better, I'll need someone else. Someone with the knowledge and insight that I lack.
What a good character.
So what do you say? Be Dawn Servant with me, Kona?
Lamachi, are you certain?
Absolutely. You take reason, and I take resolve. Together, we make a full Dawn Servant.
You'll have no objections from me, of course. But mine is not the approval you need.
He's definitely grown on me.
During my time abroad, I experienced the benefits of foreign technologies, some of which I introduced to our nation. Dirigibles now soar the sky in the south, while locomotives traverse the land in the north. I was convinced that by imitating foreign powers, we could assert our strength and thereby deter invasion. Yet despite my intentions, I failed to understand what I was too eager to cast aside, and the very people I wish to protect. My own journey has taught me that culture isn't a hindrance to progress, but a shared value that binds us, connecting lives and generations. With your blessing, I vow to help Tural prosper in a way that honors the hopes and heritage of all her peoples. My esteemed predecessor would accept nothing less. For ultimately, I harbor the same wish as my sister. To give you cause to smile. That is my heartfelt desire.
Glad this didn't go to waste.
It's the two of them sharing power.
Of legacy. The part of the Tulihyola saga where you and I become the next Dawn servant.
Good heavens! Don't tell me this is what kept you so busy ahead of the ceremony.
Just so you know, I didn't decide this on a whim. After reflecting on all we've been through, I realized it was the only answer.
I saw Kona dropping out and reinforcing her. I did not see her pulling him up to power with her.
With this, both my brother and I have worthy successors. He would have been proud.
But I really like that she did.
Of course you knew.
He's dead? The second dead? No. Oh.
It's been 3 years
Okay, he is
since
dead.
my brother left us.
It cannot be. The head of reason is no longer with us.
Oh, tragic tidings.
I didn't want to believe it.
I'm sorry I never told you. We wanted the people to rest easy until our successor could be chosen. Planning the right was my brother's final duty. He was determined for it to serve the nation's best interests, and labored nigh without cease. And then he died, forcing me to do the actual work. A sneaky bastard. But he did well. I have to give him that. The outcome speaks for itself. Though not quite to the original script, your new Dawn servant rises.
Let's
May
go.
they shine resplendent, and their rule bring light ever greater to Tuliolol.
Very, very cool. Uklamat was brilliant up there, wasn't she? The part with the second promise was surprising. It was. But between the two of them, I dare say our new Dawn servants will be capable of anything. The future of Tuliolol is bright indeed. Earlier in Yaktel.
Change is in the air, and it's all because of our little firebrand. Every Ilmer father's daughter, that one. I'll be watching where you steer this nation, lass. With what time I've got left.
Alright. Wooklamot got to have her moment. Now it is Kryle's turn. A bittersweet celebration to be sure, but I'm glad Wooklamot finally got the recognition she deserves. Ever greater, ever brighter. Kryle is brimming with pride. Wooklamot has truly come into her own, has she not? Indeed. Even as she moves the people with her heartfelt words, she retained her characteristic spontaneity, as evidenced by her nomination of Kona as fellow Dawn Servant. As sudden as it was, I would like to believe she gave it all due consideration. She could do far worse. Kona completed every feat except the last, and that he only forfeited to help Wooklamot secure victory. I look forward to seeing how Tuliyola will prosper under their care. Everyone, thank you for coming. I could see you all perfectly from up there. That was an impressive speech, Dawn Servant. I told you, no titles. Besides, after everything we've been through together, you're nothing less than family. So, like my family does, I'd like you to call me Lamatia. Be my honor, I'll try to pronounce it correctly. Oh, don't worry about that. However you say it, I know it'll be with love. If we do mispronounce it, please correct us, but it would be my honor to call you Lamati. Mine as well. Indeed, consider us your Eorzean cousins, if such a notion appeals to you. Eorzean cousins. It's a little embarrassing, but not in a bad way. There's still lots I'd like to say, but I need to make my rounds first. I want to thank my supporters who are visiting for the occasion. Could you wait for me here? Of course, we'll keep ourselves entertained. That said, would you join me, Rain? Wonderful. Come and meet me outside the Winged Walk, then. I don't believe I saw Captain Ram in attendance, did you? Yeah, I just remembered that last cutscene we saw yesterday. Lamatia? Don't worry about us. Go on and have fun with Lamatia. She'll always be Wooklamot to me, no matter how important she gets. Anvil based. Ready? Let's go. Our first stop is on T's Tacos. And not just for a snack, I promise. Wookivu and Mablu should be there. Wooklamot is accompanying us. Okay. I like how you make me move all the way away from the Aetheryte for this. See what you did there, Wooklamot? Now I make you jump, it is what it is. Dawn Servant Wooklamot, words cannot well express the profound joy your ascension has brought me. No need for formalities. I'm still the same old me. Alright then, I shall forego formalities. But I cannot. You are Dawn Servant. Too disrespectful it is to address you without your due title. As Dawn Servant, I'm ordering you not to bother with formalities. Alright then. I won't bother anymore. It could more easily converse with the drunken alpaca. I could more easily. Thank you for helping Wuklamat become Dawn Servant, Rain. Political opinions in our community may have been divided, but a Dawn Servant's ascension presents us all with a prime opportunity, which is why I convinced everyone to participate in a commemorative sales campaign. A wonderful plan, no? My first big undertaking as a merchant. I do like the sound of a sale, so long as I'm not persuaded to buy too much. It's so good to see all of you again. I wanted to personally thank each of you for your help. The feat of reeds and the feat of gold were my first true tests as a claimant. If not for your guidance, I would have failed the rite of succession before I fully understood its importance. Now that you've given me a taste for celebrating culture, I can't wait to see what else Tuliolol has to offer. In Shock Tural, for instance. As always, you must observe proper etiquette. I would be happy to offer my services as a tutor, should you desire them. I can think of no better instructor. I'll be sure to bring Kona as well. Your duties as Dawn Servant will be plentiful, but don't forget your promise to attend Iiana next season. Of course, I wouldn't miss it. When I've made a name for myself as a merchant, I'll come by the palace and tell you all about my biggest sales. I look forward to it. I have been personally attending to your alpaca's care. Dare we hope to see you at the ranch again. Tell my fluffy, spit-filled friend that Wuklamat will visit soon. And you'll have to excuse us. Oh, and you haven't seen Fanjantan around here, have you? A tall, slim fellow with long, pointy ears. I saw a man matching that description by the weapons dealer at Bayside Bevy, in the company of a moblin and a pair of Yakui, if I remember correctly. Bayside Bevy, got it. Enjoy the festivities, everyone, and the tacos. Dawn Servant, Rain, you honor us with your presence. Thank you for coming, everyone. I know the journey to Tuliolol isn't a short one. Go. Long road worth the travel to congratulate new Dawn Servants. To hear the head of reason has passed brings me sorrow, but we who remember him will ensure he lives on. May the accolades of this day be as offerings to the future he envisioned. The High Luminary and I attend on behalf of Warlord's Echo. Had our people come en masse, we would have been an obstruction. Nonsense. You're always welcome. All of you. This is your city as much as anyone's. I'm glad to see you hail and whole, Rain. Though I know little of the particulars, I can only imagine your latest adventure has been both long and colorful. Beginning with near shipwreck, if you'll remember, yet here we stand, celebrating the ascension of your claimant. When my journey began, I thought only of preserving the peace that my father worked so hard to create. But the feat of pots, the feat of proof, and the feat of ice showed me that peace is not simply the absence of war. Being able to live together in safety and happiness, that was what my father envisioned for this nation. That's the Tuliolol I want for you all. So I promise you this, as Dawn Servant, I will do everything I can to bring that same happiness to the bandits in Kozama Uka and the Yakui of Chirgawar, Saltern. I won't forsake them. As I was moved by your father's influence, so too may the Chirwagar come to accept your peace. Chirwagar. I guess that's it. Their beliefs have stood for a millennium. While not easily shifted, neither are they immutable. Well, I can be pretty determined. They'll come around eventually, mark my words. I can vouch for the efficacy of such determination. Thanks to the Moblin's hospitality, I have been able to rediscover the joy of my craft and honor my father's legacy. Ecco. Now that good living is secured, the village overflows with Fiel's smiles. Such cooperation between help hands and potsworn is the very spirit of a healthy pot pact. A partnership like yours is bound to be fruitful. I look forward to seeing the fantastic pieces you produce. There are some other people I'd like to see, so we should take our leave. Let's try and find Hanmuruk. The Jabrash Rash? I believe I saw him on the sands below. The Gleam Sands, thank you. Enjoy your time in the city, and remember, this will always be your home too. My, you honor us with a personal visit, Dawn Servant. Congratulations upon your ascension. No, none of that. My title may have changed, but I'm still just Wuklamat. More than just, I'd say. You have grown into a leader fit for this nation. Your father must be proud. I hope so, but big events like this make me wonder, you know, what my birth parents might say if they knew. With one Wuklamat. I imagine they would say it fills their hearts with joy to see the strong, compassionate woman you have become. I owe you my thanks as well, for fulfilling your promise to me. I told Bako Jaja to stay with us so we could all congratulate you in person, but he marched off, muttering something about not being able to face you just yet. The boy needs purpose. Purpose beyond catering to the demands of others. He was always too obliging for his own good. I'm sure he'll find it in his own time, especially if he knows his family is there for him. That we are. By the by, have you seen Ketenram anywhere? Or Tanqua, that is. Ketenram, was it? A strange name, if a bit exotic. We called upon him before leaving Mamook, but he wasn't at home. I don't recall seeing him at the ceremony either. I hope he's not dead. The first promise was notably absent as well, though I assumed he required time to salve his injured pride. Everyone thought he'd be the one to succeed Papa. My victory must have come as quite a shock to him. As for Tanqua, I'm sure he's around here somewhere, or ready to appear when we least expect him. Tanqua is Ketanram, by the way, it's just his new world name. We'd best be going, but relax, enjoy, and make yourselves at home. And come and visit us anytime. Alright, I think I found everyone I could find. Let's return to the others in the Winged Walk. I said thank you to all the NPCs we met along the way to Wuklamat's ascension. It's time for the prior Dawn Servant to spill the beans on Galoof. I'm ready to hear it all. He wouldn't tell us before for some reason, which is perhaps the most interesting thing about it to me. I'm curious to know if and how it would interfere with the succession process. Rumors are that Galul Jaja may go on pilgrimage now that he's no longer Dawn Servant, though I'm sure the transition process will keep him in the capital for some time yet. Let's head back to the Winged Walk, everyone's waiting. Oh, you're back. Erenville was just regaling us with stories of Lamati from when they were little. What, the one about the taco? It was basically clean when I found it, or no? The one about Papa's feathers? Look, I didn't know where else to wipe my nose, and I was too little to know better. Welcome back. I hope you didn't rush on our account.
Seen everyone you wanted to see?
I have. Sorry for keeping you all. Now, there's just one last matter. What Kona spoke to you about. I'm sure he made it abundantly clear, but I'm completely serious. I want you to stay in Tulihiola with me. I'm not forcing you, of course, but should you wish it, you'll always have a place here. Ah, that's right. This is for you. A permit granting passage to Tural, which, as I recall, you've yet to see.
Let's go.
An adventurer like you could hardly resist, no? I can't believe our journey is over already. You accepted me as a comrade and stood with me to the end. You have my eternal gratitude. Thank you. Well, I had better get going. I need to start learning all my official Dawn servant duties. I'll be sure to share what my old man says about the Golden City too, once he tells me. Till then, feel free to pass the time as you like.
For now, I will remain in Tural. There's someone I'd like to see before returning to Sharlayan.
What about the rest of you?
Alize and I also intend to remain a while longer. As educational as this experience has been thus far, we feel there are even more lessons to be had for Garlemald. By hearing about the peace your father facilitated, and then seeing you reforge relations with Mamook, we were reminded of a profound truth. That is, acceptance begins with understanding.
And, like you demonstrated throughout the rite, there are unexpected yet effective ways for two sides to understand each other. The question is how to encourage it, and by seeing more of this nation born of unity, we hope to find some hints.
Personally, I can hardly wait to learn more about the City of Gold. So, if I may, I'd like to stay in Tulihiola as well.
By all means. Your rooms are at your disposal for as long as you need them.
And what of you? Thinking of touring Tural, perhaps?
That is indeed the plan.
Of course. You're hardly the type to leave half a continent unexplored.
Then perhaps we could travel together? The person I intend to meet is my mentor, so I'll be visiting my hometown in Tural. If you have no particular destination in mind, I'd be happy to guide you en route.
Then it's farewell for now. Take care, all of you.
When you're ready, come and meet me at the Tural Skygate.
To the end!
Alright, it's time to go to Texas. Alright, yeehaw, Ironville, let's get a-going. Past these gates and over the bridge lies Tural. You have your permit, yes? Packed and ready? No last-minute stops to make before we leave? Forgive me, I'm afraid traveling with our new Dawn servant may have scarred me for life. Meanwhile, in the depths of the sky-deep cenote. Uh-oh. This fucking bozo. I wonder what his intention is, though. It's not going to make him Dawn Servant. This is the gate to the Golden City? 2 decades ago, your father bade me transcribe a letter to a scholar across the Salt, petitioning the study of this place. What he discovered was something the Dawn Servant feared enough to seal away forever. Or so we thought until the right's objective became the City of Gold. But to think that Tanqua would be entrusted with its safekeeping. Had I known that doddering old fool carried a set of keystones, we might have spared ourselves those tiresome feats. So Sariel Ja is the one that attacked Katanar. What dirtbag. Great power sleeps here, and with it, you shall obtain your birthright. So you say, yet the new Dawn Servants succeeded where I could not. Taking their throne will be no easy task. The resilient son underestimates his own potential. There is no need for worry. I have liberated the key from the Dawn Servant's vault. You alone have the means to unlock the gate. You will gain all you were denied. The right, your father's shade. These bitter memories shall soon be forgotten. Seize your future promise, open the gate, and become the ruler you were destined to be. It's working. Is some there? Can hear me? At last. Who's there? Show yourself. If only I could. Alas, this gate will not open for me. Only the key in your possession can connect us. Then, you are the guardian of the city's great power. I do not claim this power is great, but the knowledge I possess is enough to realize any desire, to remake worlds. Is that so? Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Sinister laughter. Fascinating. Name your price then, for my desire is the world itself. Yes, yes, the resilient sun rises. Together we shall create a nation worthy of our rule. Promise. Why? Damn. The useless tool is cast aside. Deliver me a new world, one that bends to my will. As you wish, but in exchange. Damn. That was savage. Aaronville is ready to set off. Ready to get underway? Present your travel pass to that guard and let us be off. You won't have to wait long to enjoy sightseeing. The bridge to Tural is a wonder in its own right. Still 95. The gate is barred to all save those with express permission from one of the Dawn servants. Signed by Val Wuklamat herself. My apologies, sir. If you would wait here just a moment.
Shall we then? On the far side of that great bridge unfolded the wilds of Shaloni, where the sun guides in the Shatona tongue. A harsh guide, to be sure, with its blazing rays scorching the land and hardening its inhabitants. But sweeping change had come to the arid expanse when, beneath its red crust, vast deposits of ceruleum were discovered. Embracing this opportunity, Vau Kona's supporters hurtled along, driven by dreams of a future illuminated by blue flame. It is here that our journey continues, our path taking us along winding roads of steel. Each length of track a declaration of hope and ambition.
Texas.
My home, Yasulani, lies past Shaloni. It will be a long journey, but the railroad should make it easier. As for the way to the train station, let's ride these fellows, shall we?
Short on Ranik? Afraid so. If one will suffice, I have a creature ready and waiting. But if you need two, then you'll have to wait. Don't worry, I'm very portable. The Ranik have been acting strangely of late, more easily spooked and otherwise disagreeable. Picking out a few fit for rentants proven bothersome work. They're usually so docile, and the ones I saw earlier didn't appear to be unhealthy either, but much has changed since last I was here. Not the best start to our journey. Still, the train station isn't far. Seeing as we aren't in a hurry, let's go on foot. About that, sir. As well traveled as you look, it's not the only the Ranik that have been giving us trouble. Other wildlife have shown signs of aggression too. A merchant should be returning soon with one of our beasts. Stick around till they do, and I'll see you both on Ranik for a safer trip. Your offer is most appreciated, but I don't think my friend here is particularly concerned about the wildlife. But the Ranik, Aaronville, the Ranik. If this is your first time in Shaloni, I can understand your enthusiasm. It'd be a shame not to ride one at least once while you're here. A fair point. If we're to give you the authentic Shaloni experience, I suppose it's worth the wait. Right. Change of plans. There's a small town nearby. We can pass the time there while waiting. Take it you're heading to Usatawi then. I'll have a man bring the Ranik over there. Just mind yourself around the drunkards and troublemakers, eh? I am the trouble maker. Last time I was here, it was little more than a camp with a shop or three.
Well, well. It's become a proper town.
Now hold on a minute.
Some sort of trouble.
I'm talking to you, you old bastard!
Give me strength. For the last time, the investigation is closed. There's no refuting the evidence.
I don't give a shit about your evidence, you lying scum. You release my friends, or I'll make you wish you had.
Let me remind you who the scum is here.
What, is he the sheriff or something?
Your friends, who had the temerity to point their firearms at me, the deputy chief of the Dust Watch.
Okay, basically.
And after taking them into custody, what should we discover but incontrovertible proof that they had committed larceny? They will not be released until they've paid for their crimes.
I'd heard the peacekeeping force had been formed to deal with growing lawlessness. Seems the situation is bad indeed.
Still can't get up a fuss, eh? Sounds like poor Zekawa needs his bottle.
Sure he wouldn't prefer his mama's teat? Treat me like a child, will you? My friends haven't done anything wrong, damn it! They've been framed!
Oh, stubborn little runt. Listen here, Zekawa. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you'd best comport yourself like one. That means respecting the rule of law. Order may be precarious here in Shaloni, but it can be had if each man does the right thing. And for those that don't, well, they have to answer to the Dust Watch. Now run along and think before you cast aspersions next time. Lest you hurt my feelings.
Fine! If that's how it's gonna be.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Einstein.
That?
There's a time to fight and a time to withdraw. For you, that's now.
So I'm guessing the Duskwatch or whatever is perhaps corrupt.
Hey! What are you doing, Zekawa? You better not be stirring up trouble.
Wahute! You sack of Ronek shit! This ain't over! You hear me?
Good one, I guess.
You want to tell me what that was about?
Nothing that need concern you, sir. Zekawa is simply struggling to come to terms with the low character of his friends.
Or maybe they've just got some corrupt deputies that are not good people to be trusted with positions of authority.
But for good measure, I'll have the men keep an eye on him.
Yes, you do that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go make my rounds.
I wasn't expecting to see your faces among the crowd. Talk is rife there's a new Dawn servant. Take it you found it then. The Golden City.
Aye, the contest is over. And as I needed to return home to Yasulani, I offered to show our friends some of Shak Tural. What brings you north?
Nothing in particular. Just seeing what there is to see.
Going wherever the wind blows, eh?
Galul Jaja compensated me rather generously for our duel. I'll be able to enjoy a comfortable life on the road for the foreseeable future. But for now, I shall be moving on. Oh, by the way, I recommend you try the Sabatender. They may not look it, but they're surprisingly delicious.
But we don't serve Sabatender here.
Standing out there eating cactuars. No sooner do we set out than we run into excitement. At least no one was hurt. This Dust Watch has their work cut out for them. For as long as I can remember, all disputes big or small were settled by dueling. The peoples of Shaloni rarely saw eye to eye, and for better or worse, it was the simplest way to settle differences. Since most would sooner not risk their lives though, it encouraged parties to pursue peaceful resolutions in a roundabout fashion. The Dust Watch was likely established by supporters of Kona, preferring peace be enforced through the formal rule of law. A reasonable stance, all things considered. If things ever got out of hand, the Lands Guard would be forced to step in. What freedom they have now would be lost under Zoral Ja's authority. All of which is to say that, unless a lengthy stay in a jailhouse appeals to you, be mindful of how you handle your arms in town. Still 95, saddled up, Aaronville would not dither about for long. I should like to think the stableman has arrived with a Ranique by now. I'll go on ahead to check. If you still want to have a look around, then be my guest. Come and find us when you've had your fill. Okay, I attuned. I think I'm ready to go. Now that I think on it, this is the first time I've traveled with only a single companion. It makes for fewer complications. Hell yeah. The friend, I take it. Sorry to have kept you both waiting. Unruly wildlife's not the only source of recent distress, I'm afraid. Also been a rise in robberies targeting merchants. As a result, we got a lengthy list of folks waiting to use our Ranique. Which is why I have to ask that you stop at Sheshinowetsi Springs. That's fine, of course, but why haven't the Dust Watch dealt with this banditry? Kamaka and his fellows are doing what they can, but they reckon the bandits are operating as a gang. Rounding them all up's easier said than done. If you have anything of value, you'll want to take care. Thank you for the warning. We'll be sure to stay vigilant. Right then, if you're ready to set off, I'll see you on your way. This is your first time riding, yes? Even so, I can't imagine it will prove difficult for you. Ready? Then saddle up. Your friend seems to know the way, so I won't bother giving you directions. Let's get it. Oh, look at my tiny little roid rager. This is your first time, so let's take it slow. Take care not to let it toss you. I continue to be struck by how much Shaloni has changed. Welcome to Texas. That town we just visited wasn't even here several years ago. With few reliable opportunities to replenish water supplies, travelers turn to Nopalitenders. Not just for the water in their stems, mind. Their fruits are also said to be both nutritious and delicious. See that hole there? Some might hope to find water there, but it is brimming with ceruleum. The eruption of flames from within make for a spectacle, inspiring cautionary tales of people who wandered too close. Oh, there's a dead person. Maybe they wandered too close. The Wallaki, meanwhile, show great reverence to ceruleum and its blue flames. But that is a discussion for another time. We're here. A good thing for these Ranik. Oh yeah, we are in Kekonaville tonight. No sooner did we dismount than the next passengers are already on their way. They really are short on Ranik. Now then. This is Sheshanawetsi Springs, perhaps the busiest town here in Shaloni. People travel here from all over hoping to find their fortune. The change come to Asatawi was surprising enough. But this is no less impressive. They've achieved a great deal in the 3 years I've been away. The station is on the eastern side of town, but there should still be time before the next train departs. If you don't mind, I'd like to pay a visit to an old friend of my mentor. Iyate is her name, and if she learned that I passed through without saying a word, she'd never let me hear the end of it. She set out from our village some 10 years ago, hoping to earn coin as she traveled about Tural. I can but assume she too came here seeking greater opportunities. In any case, let us see if we can find her. Her blue hair should make her easy to spot. Blue hair. Yes, Amiyate. And who might you be? He is my friend. Well, I'll be. Could it be? Goodness, it is. Elena... Aaronville, yes. A man grown. You were such a darling little thing as a child. You know, it's only been 3 years since last we spoke. Really? Only 3? I suppose it all starts to get hazy after a while, living as long as we do. Well, this is Iyate. She's known my mentor since they were children. Nice to meet you. Never thought I'd see the day when you travel with company. You really have grown, Elena Shpia. Elena Shpia. Elena what now? Is that what they call you here? Alright, alright. I was born Elena Shpia. I adopted a new name when I became a gleaner. One that adheres to Eastern Vieira conventions, so as to avoid drawing attention. Given that this is a homecoming, it was only a matter of time before you found out. Nevertheless, I would appreciate it if you would continue using my chosen name. A homecoming? You know, I've been thinking of paying the old stamping grounds a visit myself. It would be good to see God, I got this one fucks me up. Kakiua? It would be good to see Kakiua again. She's the finest archer I know, Elena Shpia's mother and mentor. Every time I dropped by, she'd treat us to a veritable feast prepared with fresh game she'd hunted herself. You're impressive with the bow too, Iyate, even among the Shatona. Oh, I couldn't compare it to Kakiua, but her skill at arms pales in comparison to her knowledge of nature. That's what earned her a place among Galul Jaja's traveling companions, after all. Whoa. She was always the inquisitive sort, but her journey across Tural lit the fire in her. Even after Elena Spia was born, she often left him in my care so that she could embark on another expedition in search of the unknown. Oh, how you would cry and beg her to take you along. It must have been hard on you. Iate, please. What? We're all friends here, aren't we? No matter how many times he asked, the answer was always the same. You can come when you prove you're a true explorer. Thus did she task me with finding the Golden City. Despite my best efforts, all paths led nowhere. I assumed it was but a dreamer's fancy, a ploy to goad me into experiencing the wider world. But it was real, and we found it. You found it? As part of the rite of succession, I assumed everyone had heard. That's amazing. Oh, she'll be thrilled. And eager to bombard me with questions, no doubt. Well, we should be on our way. Thank you so much for stopping by. Give my best to Kakua. Help! I need help! What's that about? We'll investigate. Please wait here. No doubt these are the infamous local bandits. Please, you have to help. I've been robbed. It's Namika, Wuklamat's nursemaid. What's she doing here? Aaronville, Rain. Come any closer and we'll slit her throat from ear to ear. Damn. If you so much as nick her skin, you won't live to regret it. Oh yeah? Hold on. Did he say this is Wuklamat's nursemaid? Maybe this ain't such a good idea. Take the goods to the boss. We'll deal with this. Please, you have to give it back. Uh-oh. I'm going after Namika. This slot I leave to you. Cocky bastard. I'll hang him by the ears and feed the old woman to the dogs. We can deal with them later. First, we need to put this one in the dirt. Cat boys, I swear to God. Well, one's a cat boy, I think the other's a cure. Damn it, he doesn't know when to quit. Ugh, we're dead if the boss finds out. Oh, you're just dead. No need to worry, she's fine. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without you. The bandit managed to get away, but I have an idea of where they're headed. You said they stole something from you. A bracelet. It was a parting gift from Wuklamat. I see. Close as you two were, I can only imagine how much it meant to you. But what brings you all this way? With the rite of succession ended, and Wuklamat crowned the next Dawn servant, she is ready to stand on her own. I told her as much, and of my plans to return home to Yasulani. She gave me the bracelet that I might always remember our time together. It filled me with such joy. I wanted everyone to know. Everyone to see this wonderful gift given to me by the vow of resolve. And now it's gone. I would have let them take every coin to my name, if only they had left me that bracelet. I would ask what you intend to do, but I know that look. We're getting that bracelet back. I don't think Wuklamat would want us to knock them senseless. Any more than is necessary. Please, you mustn't put yourself in harm's way for my sake. I can assure you, no harm will come to us. Rain will make certain of that. I understand your methods can be brutal, but it would be wise to show some restraint, lest you find yourself on the wrong side of the law. Perhaps I should come as well, to be sure all proceeds as it should. I don't know what to say. I can see why Wuklamat puts so much faith in you both. Before anything else, let's see her back to Sheshanawatsi Springs. She'll be safer in town, and with the Ate there to keep an eye on her, we would have nothing to worry about. Thank you, both of you. Sheshanawatsi. Probably still saying it wrong, but... Iate. Aaronville told me what happened, and you needn't worry about Namika. If those bandits should find us, I'll kick up a fuss and see them driven off. That bracelet meant everything to her, and those bastards wouldn't care even if they knew. Makes me sick. But at least she's safe, and I know you'll set things right. If the Dust Watch can't be bothered to do their jobs, they can piss off. Hell yeah. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean for you to get involved in this. Braced for trouble, Aaronville's composed demeanor belies his eagerness to help Namika. Alright, let's go and recover that bracelet. While I have nothing but contempt for these bandits, as this involves a gift from Wuklamat, we must be mindful how our actions might reflect upon her. I doubt Namika would find joy in the return of said gift if lives are taken in the process. If it comes to violence, I ask that you stop short of killing them. The rest we can leave to the Dust Watch. Well now, that makes me think you're strong, really strong. Are you? I may have saved the star on one occasion, no more than any other adventurer. Aren't we humble now? But the matter-of-fact way you say it makes me think it's a tremendous understatement. If your curiosity has been sated, then please indulge mine. Is there anything you can tell us about these bandits? Let's see. Well, of late there's been talk about some unsavory types coming and going from Tonatanyawi to the southeast. Is that the old mining town that was abandoned? That's the one. Now that ceruleum extraction is big business, no one wants to waste their time picking at the dried-up veins there. Sounds like a perfect lair for bandits, not to mention that the one with the bracelet fled in that direction. So you'll be investigating the place? I can let the Dust Watch know if you like. No, not yet. It would be best if we went alone. There's something I'd like to ascertain, if you've no objections. Right then, let's be off. Yeah, I know what he wants to ascertain. He wants to, and what I think we are going to find is going to be members of the Dusk Watch there with the bandits, in bed together. Right, we're going to find that deputy from the start that was pointing a gun at the orange-haired cat boy. He's going to be there, basically giving the bandits directions and all. Basically, they're his bandits, is what I'm implying. Seems the bandits have claimed this place for themselves. They've made no attempt to conceal their presence. How can the Dustwatch not have noticed by now? Question for another time. First, we must find the bracelet. I don't see the bandit who had it. Perhaps they're in one of the buildings. Ramshackle as they are, it should prove a simple thing to eavesdrop on anyone inside. If you would go and have a look about, I'll keep watch for trouble. The bandits will not notice you here. You can safely eavesdrop on any inside. As you lean in to listen, you begin to pick out voices in the muffled chatter. Don't know where we'd be without him. Probably shoveling sand, praying we'd strike it rich. Ain't that the truth? Only an idiot would work the mines with easier money to be had. Not when we've got a boss who can keep the Dustwatch off our backs, huh? Hey, watch what you say. The wind's got a way of carrying secrets to the wrong ears. Maybe so, but who'd ever believe one of them sainted souls was running our crew? That drunk who bought your story about the gold-shitting alpaca, am I right? Ha 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 ha. Gold-shitting alpaca? As you lean in to listen, a familiar voice rings out through the wall. Let me out of here, you bastard. Shut your mouth, you sniveling little brat. Make me. I'll get you all back for framing my friends. The vulture most of all. You can tell him to eat shit. How about we give you the chance to tell him yourself? We'll see how tough you are then. Gold that shits alpacas? Hello, Gwen. That is a very good interpretation. And I think probably the intended one. The bandits who took the bracelet may be in this building. Have a listen and see what you can find out. As you lean in to listen, you hear someone entering the room on the other side. I brought back a prize you're gonna love, boss. Have a look at this bracelet. Beautiful, ain't it? Bet it was made by a famous artisan. You idiot. How are we supposed to move something like this without attracting attention? Boss, please. Please, I'm sorry. Or not. Reckon we could find a sailor who won't ask questions. Sell it for a song. Here, your reward. And don't bring me this kind of grief again. I won't, boss. Thank you. Finished, are you? Let's retreat for now. So, were you able to learn anything? Their leader is a man of the Dust Watch. That would explain why these bandits have been able to do as they please. And you say they gave the bracelet to him. It seems we have our work cut out for us. Did you hear anything else of note? Zekawa. That's the boy who confronted one of the officers in town, isn't it? And you say they threatened to take him to speak with the Vulture. Their leader's alias, no doubt. Fitting for a man who preys on the helpless. Well then, not only do we have a better idea of who's behind the recent rash of robberies in Husatawi, but we also know he has the bracelet. Retrieving it without bloodshed will prove difficult, though, if he's that quick to point the gun at his own underlings. I'll storm their hideout. I can take them. Or we need to get them alone. I'll storm their hideout. I can take them. This will be funny. The direct approach may have served you well in the past, but it won't suffice here. Wihute is the deputy chief of the Dust Watch. He could claim we're the criminals in all this, and no few people would believe him. I thought it would be funnier than that, I'm going to be honest. I might have a plan. There's a small settlement to the southeast of here. Luwatanin Yawawasa. I fucked that up. Luwatanin Yawawasa. Jesus Christ. Luwatanin Yawawasa. Meet me there and I'll explain everything. That's not even the worst offender, but that's a pretty rough one. And I'm probably so far off with my pronunciation. I'm doing my best, guys. I'm doing my best. Lieutenant Waluigi. Maybe I should just have Gwen give me all of the names. It's much easier to say Lieutenant Waluigi. If we're to retrieve the bracelet without conflict, it won't be done barging in through the front door. We'll have to lure him out. To do that, we'll avail ourselves of Yeheheseya, dragon-like creatures that live to the south of here. It's their breeding season, you see, and the males will flock to the scent of a female in heat. With a few ingredients and a sample of their feces, I can create an attractant that resembles the scent when burned. We can then lure the Yeheheseya into the bandits' hideout, flushing out the Vulture and his gang. Then, while they contend with our flying friends, we can sneak in and search for the bracelet. I'm afraid I must ask that you collect the excrement. If you see to that, I will go and procure the remaining ingredients. And before you say anything, I do not ask this because of any aversion to feces. It would simply be easier for me to find the specific species of wild plants we require. Here, take these 3 pouches, see them filled, and I will handle the rest. Annabelle's sending me to scoop shit. Hiya. It's gonna be up there, isn't it? Yeheheseya. Yeheheseya. You survey the area but see no sign of droppings. Well, this one says foul smelling, so this should be it. You find a pile of droppings and gingerly scoop them into your pouch. Can't believe Aaronville gave us such a shitty job. So far, the MSQ has been really, really good, but this part stinks. Finished already, are we? Leavings filled sack. A small hemp sack filled... A small hemp sack full to bursting with leavings. Full to bursting. Though you pray to the 12, it doesn't actually burst. Oh, you can get the 99 gear for free. Excellent, this will do nicely. All that's left is to mix the feces with tumbleclaw fibers, dried Napoli tender root, and a generous helping of animal fat. Come, let's get back to Tonatenyawi. Everything is ready. Time to set our plan into motion. Blowing smoke, Aaronville's gaze is fixed on the bandits' hideout. A fair number appear to be gathered inside. Now's our chance. I will keep watch from here. The attractant I leave to you. Toss it into the bonfire near the middle of town. The Eheheseya will come soon after. Why does it have to be green smoke? Run! What's that smell? Ugh, that reeks. What did you put in the fire? Wasn't me, I swear. We need to know how high up the corruption goes. Oh, did something die? They're all here, aren't they? I mean, not literally, but there's a lot of, Someone want to explain that ungodly stench to me? Even this guy's here, I told you he'd be here. Boss? Over there. Huh? What in the world? Run for your lives. So the smoke's what drew them here. I swear when I find out who did this. I'd say our friends have stirred up enough trouble. Time to retrieve the bracelet. Hey, what's going on out there? I'm still in here in case you've forgotten. Sit tight, we'll be back for you. What? You gotta get me out of here now. They're gonna kill me. I'm begging you. Please. They'll hear you. Who was that? Hey, are you going to help me or what? The bracelet must wait. Let's break him out and withdraw for now. Thanks, I owe you one. For a moment there, I thought you might actually leave me behind. All that effort, and not to show for it. Sorry about that, but damn, I didn't think anyone would have the balls to take on the Vulture. No need to apologize. We were planning to save you. Eventually. Really? And I don't even know who you are. You secret admirers of mine or something? I'm just having fun with you, but I do appreciate the help. This man they call the Vulture. I've seen his face before. Was he not the officer you confronted in town? The one and the same. When he's not masquerading as a gang leader, he serves as deputy chief of the Dust Watch. That would explain why the bandits are so confident they can avoid capture. You're trying to get back something the Vulture stole, right? Let me help. It's the least I can do after you bailed me out back there. I have an idea where he's hid his cash. Reckon he's headed there now, too. We can go together. I've got a score to settle with him myself. I don't doubt that you do, but we need to know what it is first. Will you tell us? Right, so, those bandits at Tonata Yawi? They're called the Daybreakers, and it was me and my friends that founded the group. But it wasn't a gang of cutthroats, not back then. We just wanted to protect people who couldn't protect themselves. Kids being harassed by bullies, workers being exploited by the mining concerns, folks who needed help to even the odds. That was 3 years ago, and whenever we found someone scheming in the shadows, we settled matters the best way we knew how, with a duel. I see. By the old laws, anyone who loses in a duel must be held to account for their crimes, even those in positions of authority. And we made damn sure they did, every time. Before we knew it, our small band of friends commanded a force to be reckoned with. Then, about a year ago, the Vulture and his thugs showed up. They got the better of us and took over the Daybreakers. Everyone was afraid of him, so they did his bidding without question. But when he showed them how they could make a fortune, easily, that was when he really won them over. Now the Daybreakers is nothing but a bunch of bandits and cutthroats who prey on people it was created to protect. I talked it over with my friends, Quicana and Luina, and we all agreed the only way to stop him was to challenge him to a duel. And he accepted. I still remember how he gloated that he'd win. But when the day came, he showed up with the Dust Watch and had my friends arrested on charges of robbery. As if that wasn't enough, he set their bail at a price no one could ever hope to pay. With them locked away, there was no one left to help me. None of my old friends from the Daybreakers, and certainly not the Dust Watch. And that's why you were ready to challenge him in the middle of town. I was until that guy with the spear stopped me. No sooner had I stepped out of town than the Vulture's minions caught me by surprise. They took me prisoner then. Well, you know the rest. You said the Dust Watch would be of no help. Are they all working for the Vulture then? No, not all of them. The sheriff, Kemaka, he's as honest as they come. A staunch keeper of the peace. Problem is, he's a little too trusting and doesn't suspect a thing. If it were my word against the deputy chief's, who do you think he'd believe? Well, if he knows where this vulture keeps his spoils, perhaps he can help us recover Namika's bracelet. What do you think? For what it's worth, I have a plan, but I can't do it alone. Plan? All I ask is that you hear me out, but not here. I'll be waiting for you at Sheshanawetsi Springs. I guess we can decide what to do after he gives us the pitch. Good, you're here. This is where he hides his loot. I expect he'll show up soon. Shouldn't be long now before Wihute shows up. Law of the land. Erinville looks expectantly for Wihute. Well, well, look who it is. Storing stolen goods here seems risky, but I suppose it's an option for someone with his authority. Yeah, he moves the spoils in cerulean barrels, where no one would think to look. They're mixed in with regular shipments of fuel to Tuliyollal, where they're sold off. You said he stole a bracelet of yours, right? If he knows you're on his tail, chances are he'll be eager to get what he can for it. But I doubt he'd trust a lackey with that business, given it the provenance of the piece. No, I'll wager he's not letting that bracelet out of his sight till he's got coin in hand. I wasn't sure what to make of you after Husatawi, but I'm glad to see you're more than an impulsive child. Ah well, not my finest hour, I'll admit. But there's a lesson in that. The vulture's a slippery bastard. If we're going to catch him, we need to back him into a corner with hard evidence. That's my plan. First, we need to lure him away from here. Over to Husatawi would be ideal. For that, I need one of you to help me. This will buy time for the other to search the barrels for any stolen goods, and using that, we'll expose him as a criminal. There's no way to tell if Wihute's carrying the bracelet, but regardless, there'll be time enough to find it once he's behind bars. But won't he simply feign innocence? Well, he'll try, and that's when I'll challenge him to a duel. A duel. That approach didn't work out so well for your friends, as I recall. True, but unlike before, I'll challenge him in front of the whole town. That way he won't be able to wriggle out of it like before. Every man, woman, and child of the wilds understands the importance of duels and the old laws. The deputy chief would never disgrace himself by refusing. But wouldn't you be breaking the law by using a firearm in town? It's not as if we'd be using live rounds, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. What's important is that I get him to duel with as many witnesses as possible. When he loses, and he will lose, that'll be the end of the vulture. The plan is not without flaws, but what do you think? I think this entire story beat is most mid part of the expansion so far, but as long as we get the bracelet back. This whole we're going to duel and the one that loses the duel is guilty, but also they're not live, like, I don't know, something about doesn't... I guess they really wanted to have this Wild West bit in here since it's the quote-unquote New World, but... That bracelet's really important to you, huh? Don't worry, I'll see to it you get it back. If you're satisfied, then so am I. I knew I could count on you. I was seen in Tonatanyawi, so it's probably best I stay and search the barrels. Then you're with me. Tell the vulture I tried to rob you, but you managed to overpower me. Even if he suspects a trap, he won't be able to resist taking the bait. You'll want to buy your friend as much time as possible, and make your way to Lusatawi. Once you've got the vulture there, I'll take care of the rest. Alright then, let's get to it. Yeah, Saya, we're likely that Shatona's doing. What's his angle? And then there's the brat. It's past time I dealt with him. He's oblivious to our presence. Perhaps a gentle poke will get his attention. What's this? Ah, an unfamiliar face in these parts. Have you needed the Dust Watch, sir? What? Zekoa tried to rob you, but you apprehended him? I see. So desperate was he to see his friends free from prison, he turned to a life of crime. How awful. You have my sincerest thanks, sir. Might I trouble you to take me to him? Not that this is an appropriate time for me to play tour guide, but if you insist, Sheshinawetsi Springs is home to a thriving cerulean mining industry. The prospect of easy coin has attracted some undesirables, though. Something the matter? If not, then please lead on. Right? Is this the place? I don't see him. Whoops, silly me. This isn't the right place. Very well, lead on. There's gold in these fields. Blue gold. Best be wary of the beasts in these parts. They may prefer to snack on ceruleum, but for you I reckon they'd make an exception. Is this the place then? I could have sworn I left them here. This is some sort of joke. Of all the, let's keep moving. Is that an A rank? It is, right? It is. This better be the place. I left him tied up around a big rock. Must have been a different rock. My patience is wearing awfully thin, sir. If he isn't at the next place we stop, I may be forced to do something you and I would both dearly regret. You threatening me now, punk? I'd like to see you try. Unless you'd rather I feed you on raw, needles and all, cut the chit-chat. Alright, he won't even tell me about the Napoli tenders. Some of these optional dialogue circles are better than others. Alright, where is he? I don't see him anywhere. Where is Zekawa? Tell me where he is, or I'll bury you in the same grave. Confound it, he must have escaped. Goodness me, where could he have gone? That's it. I've had it with these games, and I've had it with you. Hey, Wihute, you looking for me? If you want to place me under arrest, you'll have to work a little harder. You'll be begging for a cell by the time I'm done with you.
Wahoote! Finally caught up to me, I see.
Well, well, if it isn't our young outlaw. You've taken up stealing, I'm told. Can't say I'm surprised about that, but I am surprised that you'd offer yourself up to be arrested.
Sorry to disappoint, but you're the one who's going to answer for their crimes today.
Hey! That's my jewelry!
And my bag! So you found the stolen goods. That's fine work.
This barrel was at Shisenuetsi Springs, mixed in with others bound for Tuliyola. The Landsguard would have presumed it part of the regular ceruleum shipments and waved it through. And once it reached its destination, it would have been retrieved, and its contents sold for coin.
The audacity. Do we know who's behind this?
As fortune would have it, I spied the leader of this operation being handed one of the stolen items. A bracelet, which Vau Wuklamat had intended for her nursemaid, Namika.
It was from the Vow of Resolve?
Well, that's a self-report.
You've seen it then?
No, no, never. And if I knew who had it, I would have arrested the scoundrel.
You would have had to arrest yourself, or oh, come off it. I saw you with the bracelet. I saw you with the bracelet.
What's the meaning of this, Wahoote?
It's a setup, sir. I have the bracelet, yes, but I only 'cause I found it. I swear. They're the real criminals. They concocted this scheme to frame me, so they could get me out of the picture.
If you feel your honor's at stake, there's always the old-fashioned way. The law which folks have used to settle their differences for generations.
You don't mean...
Wahoote, I challenge you to a duel.
How do you win a duel if they're not live rounds?
The winner is right.
Are they gonna play paintball?
Wrong. Doesn't get simpler than that.
Also, what a terrible way of settling things.
Yeah, have at it! Let your pistols do the talking! Please, do you honestly believe you can goad me into playing your game?
You refuse then? Huh. A baby alpaca's got more fight than you.
All right, boy. But remember, you asked for this. Come on, Zakawa! Give him what for!
Shouldn't we stop him, Chief? Even if it's just rubber bullets, we're in the middle of town.
Be quiet. Just watch.
They're not even gonna turn around and take 10 paces.
Oh, you little shit!
Looks like you've gotten slow in your old age, vulture.
You and I are going to have a long talk.
I apologize for dueling in the middle of town. If you want to lock me up, then lock me up. But please, let my friends go. They've done nothing wrong.
You drew your gun within town limits. But Wihute drew first. Far as I'm concerned, you acted in self-defense. You're free to go. As are your friends.
Ha! You're not such a bad guy after all!
Just a man of the wilds, like you. But to think that Wihute had taken control of the Daybreakers, it pains me that it happened right under my nose.
What are you gonna do about his crew? Some of them are still in Tonatenui.
Those who have broken the law will be taken into custody. But those who haven't will be given the chance to resume walking the straight and narrow. What about you, Zakawa? What do you intend to do now?
Why? What I've always done! Protect the weak and help the helpless. The old-fashioned way.
Here, this was Vawuklamat's gift for someone, wasn't it?
Yes, a person very dear to her.
I suppose this is where we go our separate ways. My thanks again for your help apprehending the vulture.
Hopefully that's it for this arc. That ended up being rather more complicated than expected, but all's well that ends well. Phew, finally it's over. I couldn't have brought him to justice without your help. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Aaronville is relieved to see everything set to rights. Now that we have the bracelet, let us return to Sheshanowetsi Springs. Will you be staying there long? I'd like to give you a proper thanks after I found my friends. We weren't planning on it, but there's no need to rush. We'll see you at the springs then. I think the story beat even could have been decent if instead of them just settling it with a draw, we like helped this culture move past this whole draw system. I don't even dislike this theme or anything, but... with Pictomancer, so they move to a paint instead of draw, I get it. I just think this entire... like, there's nothing wrong with doing the Wild West thing, but the fact that they are doing rubber bullets for justice in a world with so many advanced civilizations, it is just kind of ridiculous. My bracelet, thank you. Thank you so much. This is more than just a gift. It is a part of me I could never hope to replace. Truly, Wuklamat is blessed to have such devoted friends. Well, I wouldn't put it quite that way. I prefer to think of us more as long-standing acquaintances. Regardless of how you choose to describe it, there's no denying the depth of your bond, though I'm sure you'll continue to do so. Can't say I'm surprised the deputy chief turned out to be the bandits' leader. I always knew something wasn't right about him. Of course, he's got this saucy mustache. An easy claim to make with the gift of hindsight. There you are. The real Daybreakers have arrived. I'd like you to meet my two best friends, Quikana and Liwina. If it wasn't for you believing in Zekawa and doing what you did, we'd still be locked up. You have no idea how satisfying it was to see that bastard Wihute put behind bars. We never gave up hope that Zekawa would find a way to get us out. He always was the best of the Daybreakers. Glad he was able to convince you to go along with his plan. Unfortunately, our group is smaller now, and lacking in strength besides. Some outlaws might see us as an easy target. Even so, if anyone should give the Dust Watch the slip, the Daybreakers will be there. We'll train night and day, so no one will get the better of us ever again. Isn't that right? Right. And you'll teach us how you draw your pistols so fast, won't you? Well, we won't need to duel if all goes as it should. But on the off chance it doesn't, we'd best make sure everyone can match or beat my speed. We owe you a great debt, and one of these days I'll be sure to repay it. On that you have my word. Until we meet again. If you'll excuse me, I shall find a quiet place to rest. As I'll be here a while yet, though, do let me know if there's any way I can be of assistance. Were you not planning to take the train home? Oh, train service has been suspended. Didn't I tell you? Ah-ya. You mentioned no such thing. Something about the tracks being damaged in the last quake. The tunnel was closed as well. An earthquake. It must have happened when we were still down south. There have been quite a few tremors of late, and a rather large one struck not long before you two arrived. I can only hope no one was hurt. I wonder if their ceruleum mining is causing the earthquakes. At any rate, if you want to know when service will resume, you could speak with the station master yourself. Let's do that. The station is just over there. I'd like to believe the train will be up and running again soon. It seems people aren't too happy about the train delays.
I'm so sorry, but we're not sure when the train will be running again.
You've got to be joking. Of all the places to get stuck at on the way.
Please don't tell me you've come to complain too.
We heard that the earthquake had caused disruptions, and wanted to ask when operations would resume. But I see that it will be a while yet.
I'm afraid so. Too few hands for too much work. It's time-consuming enough to inspect the tracks after every quake, but this last one we got after the succession ceremony was massive. Made a mess of a whole bunch of railroad ties.
The succession ceremony? We would have been in Tuliolal at the time. If it was as violent as you say, we should have felt it as well.
I have to admit, it was a touch strange, having seen my fair share of tremors. If I had to describe it, it felt more like the rumbling from an explosion.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Seriously? You're offering to help?
What about you, my friend? If you'd rather strike out on your own, I understand.
Though, if you were willing to lend us a hand too, we'd be truly tremendously grateful. Thank you! Thank you so much! I'm Shenza, by the way. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. If you would please step inside, I can introduce you to everyone.
Sorry for dragging you into this.
There they are. That's them, the two volunteers. Walika is our station master, and over there is our top driver, Nitoikwe. And this grizzled mug is Zopia, an engineer who joined around the same time as me.
Much obliged for the help. I'll make it worth your while, I promise.
Hell yeah, brother.
Something the matter?
Would you happen to be a fan of trolleys?
Trolleys? They're fine, I suppose, but they're no match for our cerulean-powered engine.
She's absolutely glorious, let me tell you. If you'd like to bask in her beauty, well, you should visit the depot behind the platform.
Right then. What I'd like you two to do is help us procure timber. We'll be using it to fashion new railroad ties, so it needs to be the strongest stuff we can get. In these parts, that means the trees in the Piara-Yonan Plain. It is Hetsaro territory, though, so we need to get their permission first.
Piara-Yonan Plain, Piara-Yonan Plain, Piara-Yonan Plain.
Come on, no time to waste.
Though no small number live in Shaloni, I must confess that I've never visited the home of the Hetsaro. As they largely live in accordance with older traditions, I suspect that they may have a dim view of the railroads.